Hello and how you doing, and welcome back to another episode of Two Jagoffs. I am your host, Austin Carnes, joined here with
Lucas Kins.
And welcome back to Two Jagoffs, and welcome to the Start, Trade, Bench, or Cut special. The STBC special has finally returned, and we are going to be bringing on a very special guest today, Lucas. No, it is not Mr. Jack Dean. Usually when we do specials, it's Mr. Jack Dean. We're bringing on a different special guest today. So, ladies and gentlemen, this man does not need any introduction. He's been on the podcast several times. We consider him now a friend of the show. Please welcome back Kevin Homa. Kevin, how's it going today, my friend?
It's going good. Once again, I have been kidnapped here against my will, but hey, it's just what it is.
Now, let me ask you this, Kevin. You were on the radio show last week. You were on Two Jagoffs 2 weeks ago with an interview, and now you're back on yet again. How does that make you feel, doing all this content with us?
Happy because I'm not bored and miserable sitting at home. So, yeah, it's nice. I do enjoy it.
Absolutely, absolutely. And Lucas, welcome back on as always, man. Banger of an episode last week with my dad. I mean, we went through and talked about all the NFL news. This past Sunday, we had Jason Earl on the podcast from the University of Pitt. That episode did great as well. How's things been treating you since last week?
Been doing pretty good, actually.
Absolutely. I'm
been vibing, just chilling. Matt Hardy's on the screen right now, we're just vibing.
Is he really?
He is on the screen right now. Look at him. He's right there.
There he is, yeah.
There he is.
That's why just a big old smooch,
Matt Hardy, you're going to give Matt Hardy a smooch.
Yep. What's he going to do? Stop me? He's a picture. I would go up to him like, hey, Matt Hardy. We haven't even started yet. This is great.
Yeah, we haven't even started. We have a lot to get through. And for anybody who is new here on Two Jagoffs, STBC is actually one of my favorite game shows. It's an episode where me and Lucas both have 5 scenarios prepared each, when we're going to go through and we're going to either start, trade, bench, or cut said scenarios. So I'm going to start off and set the tone for today. I'm going to give it to the both of you guys. And you guys can kind of go about this however you want. And first off, I want to start off with places that we went as children. Some childhood places that we visited. So I don't know if you guys been to all 4 of these. I hope you have. If not, we can just kind of rank it based off, I guess, favoritism or whatever. So first up, Build-A-Bear Workshop. You're going to have to write these down, and then we'll go through and start them off. So first up is Build-A-Bear. Second, Chuck E. Cheese.
Give me a pen, doesn't work.
There you go. Third, a trampoline park. Nowhere it doesn't have to be anywhere specific. And then laser tag. It's a tough one.
This is actually a pretty good list.
Build-A-Bear, Chuck E. Cheese, trampoline park, laser tag.
Honestly, as much fun as laser tag is, I really didn't go there that much as a kid. Like, I went for, maybe some birthday parties here and there, but that's about it. So I'm actually going to probably do something most people wouldn't agree with. I'm going to cut laser tag.
Ooh.
Like I said, I just really didn't go there that much. I'm taking this all personally. Chuck E. Cheese, we're going to start that. I mean, classic. Went there so many times. Going there was felt like I just won the lottery whenever mom's ever pulling up Chuck E. Cheese. Got that recycled pizza, I'm gonna bench the trampoline park. I loved going there so much. I mean, I went to Sky Zone normally and locked in, or I think that's what it was called, but it was you were there till 6 in the morning. It was 6 p.m. to 6 in the morning. And one time, it's actually really sad, they hosted a Fortnite tournament.
Oh my god.
And I did not want to join at all. I did not want to play. But I was there with my friends. It was for my birthday. So there's a whole group of us there. And they all were dude, you're probably the best one here. Why are you not playing this tournament? You're gonna win. And there's rewards and stuff. And I was dude, I didn't come here to play Fortnite. I can go home and play Fortnite for the next 2 days straight if I want to. I'm at a trampoline park. And they convinced me to play it. I won the tournament. They gave me a bunch of rewards. And yeah, the manager shook my hand and stuff. He's like, "Oh, you're so good. I watched you play." I'm like, "Yeah, you're rooting for some 10-year-old kid to win a Fortnite match. Calm down, buddy." But no, it was always fun going there. And then Build-A-Bear, I'm gonna trade it away. It's still super relevant to younger kids now. I always loved going there. It's got a lot of value. So.
All right. What about you, Kev?
Well, I'm gonna start Chuck E. Cheese because I feel like that was probably the go-to place. I'm gonna just say for our generation, I feel like that was a good start for birthday parties. Blah blah. Just going there for fun. I usually went for birthday parties, and I'm going to trade what? Start trade bench. I'm gonna trade laser tag out because I've been there once for a birthday party. It was really fun. I kept grabbing the birthday kid, like holding him in front of me so he would get hit and not me. So I was just being.
Did you guys ever go to the places where you can make your custom names for laser tag?
Yeah, I remember that.
No.
I went to a laser tag event and someone had a name. I forget what it was. It was supposed to sound like something bad, but like they didn't specifically say it because they'd get in trouble with the staff and stuff. You just heard someone scream, "Who the H is?" Whatever their name was. I know it was not podcast friendly. I generally do forget what the name is anyways, but it was so fun going there. There was always good memories. It's just I didn't go there very much.
Fair.
Sorry to cut you off, but I thought that was
You're
funny.
good. And I'm going to bench trampoline park just because I was there once. My first bounce. Remember, it was a birthday party. My first bounce, I rolled my ankle. First bounce, I rolled my ankle.
Where were you at?
The Sky Zone.
Sky Zone.
Yeah. So.
How do you get hurt at Sky Zone?
Well, when you're trying to land and you think you're gonna hit, you think you're gonna land at a certain time, right, and someone else bounces, so then it moves, right? So I was prepared to already hit, and I didn't.
I'm throwing hands with whoever jumped and made it go down more.
Yeah. So then I was expecting my feet to be planted, and they weren't. So that I was unprepared for where my feet were gonna go. You know, I mean, there's gonna be tens of people moving at trampoline at the same time. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
So I misplaced my foot and rolled it. I had to sit out for the next 5 hours. Because I couldn't do anything. There's nothing else to do there. Yeah. It's a trampoline park.
I low-key hated those grippy socks that they made you wear.
Dude, oh, they sucked. And I'm going to cut Build-A-Bear because every single time I've been to Build-A-Bear was with my ex. And, yeah, no, I'm done with that place.
Okay, so bad memories.
That's fair.
All right, so I'm going to actually agree with you guys with Chuck E. Cheese. I'm starting it. I don't know. Wait, did you start Chuck E. Cheese?
Yeah.
Okay.
I said it was like winning the lottery whenever I used to go there.
Listen, Chuck E. Cheese has totally gone downhill now, as most of these kind of places did. But I'm not going to lie to you. Anytime you got invited to a party at Chuck E. Cheese, it was always amazing. I mean, I know a lot of people hate on their pizza. I actually didn't mind their food. I thought their food was actually pretty solid. And, I mean, just like being able to go up to the prize counter and get whatever afterwards, I always thought that was so cool. I love the whole ticket system and everything there. I'm going to bench laser tag because I liked it a lot when I was younger, but the older I got, the more boring it got. Like, I would be like, oh, why are we going to laser tag? But there were some really fun events that I went to when I was younger and really cool birthday parties with laser tag. So I'm going to keep that on my bench. I'm going to trade away Build-A-Bear because I still to this day have some stuffed animals from Build-A-Bear from my childhood. And I just always thought that was such a cool place to go. I haven't went in years. I hate how, like, all the like the accessories and stuff is like extra charges and
They're
stuff.
Expensive.
It is so expensive to get like a stuffed duck or a stuffed bear or whatever there. So I that's the only reason why I'm going to trade it instead of keeping on my bench. And I'm cutting trampoline parks because similar story to Kevin. I personally didn't get hurt there, but we went for my sister's birthday, and she hurt her ankle. She actually broke her foot, and it was really bad. And we didn't even know it was broken. She just walked it off. And we went over to Big Lots right afterwards. And this was at Flight. I don't know if you guys remember Flight or not.
Yeah.
And, wow, loud call.
Yeah,
there.
for real.
I don't know if that got picked up or not, but that was loud.
That was, like, really loud in my headphones.
Actually, no, that's where I went. It was Flight. Because
it was Flight?
It was right across from the DMV.
That's where we went.
My bad.
Yeah.
I forgot the name of it.
They were literally the same exact place, just different brands.
Yeah.
Yeah, so we went to Flight, and Bella hurt her leg there, and oh my goodness, she was crying at Big Lots because of how bad it was. We had to put her in the shopping cart and everything, and then we took her to Med Express right afterwards. So I never really have good experiences at the trampoline parks. I'll be honest, I found them quite boring. My favorite part about, I think it was Flight. I don't know if it was Flight or the other one, but there was this one trampoline park that had like a laser tag maze where you had to jump through the laser tag. I thought that was actually pretty cool. But aside from
like
that,
an escape room type thing.
like an escape room, kind of like yeah. And I thought that was really sick, but the actual trampolines itself, I really don't see the hype with it. I'm not going to lie. So I'm cutting trampoline parks, benching laser tag, starting Chuck E. Cheese, trade away Build-A-Bear. Some places we never talked about here on the podcast before.
All right, my first one for you guys. Let's do some Penguins players.
Ooh.
We got Raquel.
Card Raquel.
Carlson. Rust.
In Rust we Twist.
Put a picture of Rusty
Twist?
Shake on the screen.
Twist.
Twist?
Twist? I meant trust.
Can we put a picture of the Rusty Shake on the screen real quick? There it is.
Can you put a picture of Matt Hardy on the screen too?
Stop.
Can you put a picture of Matt Hardy with the rush shake?
Okay, there we go. There's Matt Hardy and the Rusty Shake coming.
And then we have Heinen.
Is he new?
He came back.
He came back.
He was in that one trade. Danton Heinen.
I have no idea.
Okay.
Well, I know who Kevin's cutting.
don't even think
All right,
it's
I'll start us off here. Look, Raquel if you're not starting Raquel, you have not watched the Penguins at all this year. Ricard Raquel has been absolutely incredible, on pace to break his all-time goalie record, scoring record in his career. This dates back to even his days before he was a Pittsburgh Penguin. Ricard Raquel has been an elite scorer for us. Has been absolutely incredible. Some games he's outplaying Sidney Crosby, ladies and gentlemen. And a lot of people don't want to talk about it, but it's the truth. Ricard Raquel has been an MVP so far for the Pens this year, so he is easily getting started. I'm going to bench Brian Rust here, and the reason why is he's a great scorer as well. He's relatively young compared to Raquel, which is why a lot of people give him the slight advantage. But my goodness, he is so injury prone. It's every other game it feels like Rust is out with an injury. Don't get me wrong, I love me my Rusty Shake, but Brian Rust needs to stay healthy for me to put him above Ricard Raquel. And until then, he's going to go to my bench. He's still a key asset. He's still a valuable player. But Brian Rust is going to go to my bench. I'm going to trade away Erik Karlsson because I still feel like there is trade value there. Don't get me wrong. He is a future Hall of Famer. We get all that. He had a game-scoring goal 2 weeks ago for the Pittsburgh Penguins. But outside of that, Karlsson, man, his career has completely gone downhill, especially ever since he's joined the Penguins. Too many games have been costed because of him. So I'm going to trade him away. And Heinen, it's no disrespect to him. I'm glad he's back. Welcome back to the Steel City. But comparing him to the other three players, there's no trade value with him. So Heinen is going to be the one that gets cut in this case scenario. Karlsson will be traded. Rust is going to the bench. And my man Ricard Raquel is getting started. There's no and ifs or buts about it. You have to start Raquel.
All right. Well, I'm going to give this my best, as in, because I haven't watched a Penguin game in forever.
Don't blame me.
Yeah. So I feel like the obvious choice, as well as Austin said, was to start Raquel. He's been doing really good these last. How long has he been here?
2 years.
Like 2 years. Yeah, I thought it was 2 years. I remember.
3 years. 3 years.
Okay. I remember 2 years.
Technically
for
2.5
sure.
because he got traded at the trade deadline.
Yeah, so like 2.5.
2.5.
Yeah, I remember 2 years for sure because we went to games and saw him.
Yeah.
So anyway, no, he's been doing really good with us doing there. I have trade Rust because I mean, what?
Rust.
Let him keep talking.
Did I not just
I
say?
didn't say anything.
None of us interrupted. We were nice and silent.
Did I
over
not
here.
just say like I have dude? I don't even have cable. How can I watch this? You're getting mad at me. I'm talking out of my ass right now.
Okay, just continue.
So of course in Rust, okay. Well, I'm gonna trade because in Rust we trust. He does do good. He is injury prone, but he does have a shake after him. So.
So and you want to trade away that shake?
I'm lactose intolerant. Yeah.
That's probably the best response you could have given to that.
It's true. I love milkshakes. They do not love me.
Okay.
Oh boy. And I'm gonna. I'm gonna bench.
Okay, over there, Lucas.
I'm doing great.
He's having a fantastic time over there. I'm going to bench Karlsson. I don't know why. I just decided to put him there. I'm not gonna lie. And then Heinen. I don't even know who this guy is, so I'm cutting him. Yeah, there's my list.
My list is very controversial.
Great.
So I'm gonna start Raquel.
Okay, good.
For obvious, I'm not even gonna repeat it. You guys have said it twice in a row now. I'm starting Raquel. I'm going to cut Karlsson. He is probably the most inconsistent player. He's either our MVP or I don't even know why we traded for him. There's no in between. I am going to trade Rust because as much as I like Rust and I like the Rusty Shake and they don't disagree with me,
Yeah.
he's getting to the point now where he still has a lot of value. But if we would keep him any longer, theoretically, which I don't think we should get rid of him, but on this list, if I had to, I would say trade him because he's going to bring us a lot of value, but he's not like Raquel. Raquel is the better player in my mind, but Russ is the second player on this list I think could get the most value. So I'm going to trade him away, and I'm actually going to bench Heinen. I was tempted to bench Karlsson over Heinen and cut Heinen, but I like Heinen as a backup. So I'm a bench Heinen.
See, here's the thing. I don't mind Heinen. I really don't. I'm glad he's back with us. Don't get me wrong. He's an asset. He most certainly is. But these other three guys, you can transition into the starting line. You really can't transition Heinen. So if you're looking at him as simply depth, simply a player that's a backup, I'm all in agreement there. But you can make a strong case on why Karlsson and Rust could be in the starting line. Obviously, Raquel being in the starting line, like he's been for the last month or so. It's been showing the Penguins little success, which is, thank goodness, I'm glad we really need success here in Pittsburgh. So I'm not mad at your take. the thing is, though, if you're going to trade someone away, you're trading Rust, right?
Yeah.
Okay, I would trade Carlson if you're going to cut him, just because I feel like Carlson does bring a little more value than Rust, and it's only because of the injuries. It's because of the injuries to Rust. That's what
I feel like Rust still brings more value. I don't.
That's going to scare teams away, though. It really is.
It might be. You're gonna find that You're gonna find that team.
I mean, yeah, probably Ottawa or whatever.
I mean, Cooper Kupp just made $45 million on a 3-year.
That's the NFL.
And he's injury prone.
Okay, but the NFL is a whole different market than it is.
Yeah, but
Cooper Kupp.
Going by the same.
Okay, Cooper Kupp is a Super Bowl champion, though. He was a Triple Crown winner. What was Brian Rust? No disrespect to Rust or the Rusty Shake, in Rust we trust, but what has Rust done?
The Milkshake Factory champion.
The Milkshake Factory. Okay. All right, I got an interesting one for you guys. And Kevin, I know you've been listening to 2 Jagoffs, so you should be able to keep up with this one. And Lucas, you've been a part of pretty much every one of these episodes, so I'd hope you would know this. We're going to talk about the best episodes on 2 Jagoffs. So starting off with Ask Austin Anything.
Just in general, or like a specific one?
Just in general.
Okay.
Just a series in general. Next up is actually the game show we're doing right now, STBC. Start, Trade, Venture, Cut. Then, Blind Rankings. And last, but certainly not least, the newest episode in the 2 Jagoff cycle, Lucas Carries.
You're a bad person. You know, this is like giving me like John Cena, Randy Orton, Undertaker, and Triple H.
All goats.
You want to go?
Me? Yeah, sure. Okay.
He's stalling, Kevin. That's why he did that.
He's stalling.
If you weren't here, you'd be screwed right now.
Okay, so I'm going to start blind ranking just because I feel like there's so many different options that you can do that usually always leads to either a really funny moment or a lash out. Given actually, no, I can't say about the Rose because that was an STBC, but anyway, I feel like that just gives really good reactions. I'm going to trade Lucas Carries because although it was really good, we're only 1 episode in right now, so I think there is plenty of room to grow regarding that. But Lucas, you did do a fantastic job with that. I listened to the whole thing. Took me 2 days, but I listened to the whole thing, and I am going to trade. I'm going to bench STBC. As we're doing right now, I feel like it's fun as well. Not too much. I don't really feel too different between that and blind ranking, if I'm being completely honest with you. But then I'm going to cut Ask Austin Anything only because Only because I think a lot. I feel like some of the people are slacking with giving in questions to ask.
You know what? That's the best approach you could have taken on that. Kudos to you, man. You took the politician answer out there. But
Which here's the thing. I can't say too much about that, but that's because I know all of the answers I could ask
that
you.
is
I
true.
feel like I'm wasting my breath, although I know it's really for everyone to hear, not just me. But at the same time, it's like there's nothing I can ask I don't already know. You know what I mean? Or
Yeah.
I haven't asked you personally, or you haven't answered already. So I'll say that's my stance on that.
That's fair. That's fair. Lucas, had enough time to think over there?
I actually have some interesting reasons for all mine.
Okay.
So I'm going to start blind rankings. I think it's easily made some of my favorite moments on this podcast. I mean, it is my favorite game show. It's the one I look most forward to doing. It's the one I have the most fun with behind the scenes making.
He's saying the rest suck. Just kidding.
I'm actually going to throw it out here. Even though I'd probably consider this my second favorite game show, I'm going to cut STBC.
Really?
And here's my reason why. It is so close to just being blind rankings. It's just you know all the answers and there's one less option.
That is.
It is basically...
Actually, yeah, he's kind of right.
It is basically almost blind rankings. Almost easier version of blind rankings in my opinion. There's just one less option and you know all the answers instead. I am actually going to trade Ask Austin Anything because it is one of the fan favorites on here. It's going to bring a lot of value.
I like the value aspect that you did.
It's going to bring us a lot of value. And I mean, that one has had, for a long time, it had the greatest promo until we started knocking out bangers the last couple of months. Until these last, 3-4 months, that was the best trailer we ever produced, probably.
Of course.
For your first one, actually. And then I'm actually going to bench Lucas Carries. Call me biased if you want, but looking into the fact that every time we bring it back, which is looking right now about once every month if possible, maybe once every 2 months, there's going to be at least one guaranteed new game show coming to the podcast.
Yeah.
So I'm bringing something new every time, and we don't have, and every game show is on there. So STBC is on Lucas Carries. Blind Rankings is on Lucas Carries. Not Ask Austin Anything, I guess, but I do ask you genuine questions, so you can technically say Ask Austin Anything is on Lucas Carries. So it's, and then we talk about topics that aren't even usually brought up on the podcast. Like we brought Memory Lane last time, like going through it, like where do you see it? We had the
little IWC discussion.
IWC we broke down. We the new game show. There's 3 of those. So there's just so much that we can do with it. And there's so much more that I'm sure I'll think of in the future that we can do, and we can bring guests onto it. So you can do everything on that one. So that's why I'm gonna bench that one. I was close to starting it, but blind rankings is just legendary in my opinion.
It is, and that's why I'm also starting blind rankings. I've had so much fun doing blind rankings in the past. There's different variations of it, and blind rankings, the newest and improved version of it, especially bringing on Kevin, bringing on Mr. Jack Dean. I did it with my dad one time as well, too, I think. So I absolutely love that episode. It's legendary. Got to keep it in the vault. Lucas Carey's is going to the bench, even though it's only 1 episode in. I mean, there's so much more room to improve there, and I'm so excited to see how we can take it to the next level. Because, man, it's easy for me. I don't have to do a damn thing. All I got to do is just have a blank sheet of paper in front of me and let you carry. It was funny because during that episode, you kept looking at me for direction, and I was like, nah, man.
I know. I was actually just talking to you on the phone the other day. Like, I'm so used to not being in charge that, like, I'd finish something, I'd look at you, and I'd be like, I'd sit there for a second, and you'd sit there for a second looking at me like I'm an idiot. And I'm like, oh, wait, this is my episode.
Well, you are.
And this is why I called him out the other day.
That is why you called out the other day. STBC is going to get traded. I feel like there's a little more value with STBC than Ask Austin Anything, because Ask Austin Anything was our own creative idea. And I'm not going to lie to you, Kevin brought up a really good point. Ask Austin Anything, man, it's so hard getting those questions. And, like, Kevin, like, already knows all the answers to them, and I also know all the answers because I'm the one answering the questions. But at times, man, it is, like, so last minute to get the questions. Now, don't get me wrong. When we get the questions and when we used to do the voice clips, I might actually bench Ask Austin Anything. The voice clips added so much.
Getting rid of that was such an L by Spotify.
But when Spotify for Podcasters got rid of it and Anchor abolished,
Mr. Jack Dean carried Ask Austin
actually,
Anything.
I'm not gonna lie to you.
Part 1 and 2.
I'm not gonna lie. I may actually start Ask Austin Anything if there was still the voice feature, because the voice feature came in clutch. But with there being no more voice feature and with the questions going down and down, don't get me wrong, we already have some prepared for next week when we do bring back Ask Austin Anything. But it's just, I don't know. I feel like the newer episodes have been an interesting take on stuff. And Ask Austin Anything, I get a little lonely being by myself. I really do.
Yeah, you miss me.
Have you ever tried looking into Marshmallow? It's a
Like the artist?
no, hell no. It's a website. You could link it in your like an Ask Austin Anything. It's a website where viewers can post anonymous questions for you. I don't know if there's a voice feature on it, but I think it's a way to send in questions if that's what you're having trouble with, or is it just the voice feature that you're talking about?
Well, no, I was just talking about the voice feature because the voice feature was so cool when we had it, and the fact that it's no longer a thing for Spotify, it's sad. But the questions, like, everyone sends them in, like, on our social media platforms.
I have a question about that. Do you link that directly to Spotify, or do you link it to, like, Instagram?
You can link it to anywhere. Do you guys have a link tree? Or
Yeah, we have a link tree.
You can link it.
It's a little iffy if it works, but
you can put. Yeah, you can
it's
put
not
it
set up the best.
You can put it in any.
No, it's fixed now. It's fixed now. Link tree's fixed.
I don't think I have the link working on TikTok, to be honest. We gotta,
Really?
because I have the old link still, I think.
Oh.
Yeah, you can put it in anywhere.
I mean, they can
as
just
long
copy and
as
paste it, but
yeah, as long as you know that.
I was gonna say, because if you can link it on Spotify itself or put it in the Spotify bio, because I know on Spotify the one thing Jack always complains about, because he used to not really use socials until he was basically forced to for the podcast.
Throwing your pen, Lucas.
But the one thing he always complained about was you can only comment one thing per Spotify episode. So, like, if he wanted to ask you 5 questions, he had to go through 5 episodes to comment.
Yeah. If you do the Marshall, you can. I'm pretty sure it's unlimited.
Keep sending if you could link it to episodes,
I know
or even just shove it in the bio, maybe.
Okay.
So that might be something.
Definitely something to look into. Yeah. Thank you, Kevin.
Yeah.
All right, Lucas. I think the floor is yours now, my friend.
It is. I kind of forgot it was my turn. All right, let's move over to some IWC here.
Oh, see, Kevin is also an IWC fan, ladies and gentlemen, so he knows this very well.
First up, Elias.
Actually, it's Elijah. No, I'm just kidding.
It is Elijah. Now, hey, shout out to Elijah real quick before Lucas continues on with the other 3 guys that he has. He is now part of TNA Wrestling. Let's hop it up for our man Elijah real quick. Absolutely deserves it. Has gotten signed.
We're not going to discuss what just happened.
Nah, I think it's where we don't.
All right, Elijah first.
Next up, Derek.
Derek Dillinger. Oh, good. Oh, good.
Hey, Derek, I bet you like that low blow, didn't ya?
He said that.
You won't get the reference, but actually, Lucas Carey's. The reference is in there.
I know, I listened to it.
Good.
Okay.
Duke.
Kevin likes Duke.
Oh, I love him. Not in a weird way.
Gannon.
Oh, man.
You want to go
I had to
first,
make it
or
hard.
you want me to, Kev?
You go first. I actually got to think.
All right, I'm actually starting Elias because, I mean, Elijah always... I've known Elijah for the longest time, man. And he's... All 4 of these guys are great. They're all great guys at the end of the day. I met them all, obviously. Worked with them all.
By the way, we're only going off of IWC, though.
That's fine. Yeah, that's fine.
Just want to make it clear, because you said you knew him for a long time. I didn't know if you were talking about like his WWE.
No, I mean, I've probably known Gannon and Duke longer than I've known Elijah then in that case, because I've actually met them.
Yeah, we're talking about like just their IWC career.
I'm still going to start Elijah because, no offense to the other 3, he is the best in the ring in terms of wrestling, because, I mean, like, he's competed on the great, like, he's competed in WWE, he's competed in TNA, he's competed all across the world. So, a guy that shared the ring with John Cena versus 3 guys that's only been to an indie level, it's kind of hard to compare him to. So that's why I have to start Elijah, because Elijah, man, I mean, he just puts on banger after banger. I'm benching Gannon because Gannon, man, is like one of the greatest guys you would ever meet. I love Gannon Jones Jr. I can't trade him away. I know he's so valuable, but I'm not going to trade away the All-Star, and I can't cut him because that would be mad disrespectful. Derek, you're getting cut, my man. I'm sorry. I love you, Derek. You're a great guy. We met you at Enjoy Wrestling, me and Kevin. That was actually your first ever wrestling event you went to.
Yes, it was.
And Derek was really cool there. And then Duke...
Derek has cussed me out 2 out of my 3 times going to IWC.
Congratulations, Lucas.
Well, you never leave him alone. I wonder.
Well, someone texted me telling me to mess with them.
I wonder who that was.
That was me.
That was
I was
you.
on cam 1.
While you were working is crazy.
Yeah, on the job, that's crazy. Fire him. No, I was kidding.
Fire him.
I was kidding.
And Duke, I mean, Duke is pretty valuable in itself, so I'm going to trade him away. Duke is a freak. I mean, oh, God, I ran into him at the last show. That man is tall. Duke is tall, man. So I'm going to start Elijah, bench Gannon, trade Duke, and cut Derek.
All right. Well, I'm going to start Elijah. I feel like he said everything perfectly. I know I'm doing that fantastic thing there, but no. I mean, he was in professional wrestling. He's been on the grand stage. He's been around the world. As Austin was saying, trying to compare that to indies, you kind of can't. You know what I mean? So I'll start him for that. I'm actually going to. Oh, I'm still not even sure about this. I'm going to bench Duke.
Ooh.
I'm going to bench Duke. I really now
Duke over Gannon.
I know. Well, I really love them as their tag team together. It's so hard. But like Duke, I love seeing him in the ring. I love his energy. I love like that stoicism. I find it really funny how like he's supposed to be the heel and everybody is constantly cheering him on. I remember that one show. He said, "Shut up!" You know, everyone's cheering him on. He's like, "Shut up!" Like he was mad. It was hilarious. So I'm gonna say that I'm going to trade Gannon, which I don't want to, but I'm gonna trade Gannon. He's fantastic. We've met him a couple times. We showed him all those signs we made to mess with the wrestlers, which was great. He's just always fun to talk to. I love his energy. I should just say, I love everyone's energy. I mean, it's like during intermission, everyone's always out. You go get the same. Everyone's energy is always fantastic. They're always really nice. So I can't really say, oh, one person's better than the other, because they're all fantastic. I love them all. So I'll say, and I am going to cut Derek only because he's from Cleveland. He's so fun to mess with. I do think he's chill and cool, but I mean, he's from Cleveland. I gotta hate him, you know.
I forget if it was at the last show or the one I was with you at, but
yeah.
I told Derek that he makes Deshaun Watson look like a good athlete.
I think that was the one when I was there.
Okay, that was 2 ago. That was 2 ago.
I'm pretty sure I remember that.
That was Reloaded. Yeah, I told him he makes Deshaun Watson look like a good athlete.
Oh my.
All right, Lucas, you had some facial expressions there during Kevin's.
Fantastic.
Yeah, I'm going solely off of IWC here, so I'm not even looking outside of that.
That's
so
fair.
I'm actually starting Gannon.
Of course you are.
Yeah.
Number 1 fanboy. See, he's quiet because he knows it's true, Kev.
I'm gonna punch you in the face.
Do it.
Why are you encouraging that?
So not having to me, I get to sit and watch the show.
I'm gonna bench Duke. I mean, in my opinion, IWC wise, he's the second best on this list.
Okay.
Elijah, I'm gonna trade him because obviously he has the most value.
That's fair. That's a good take.
And then Derek, you can go to the Ozempic commercial I told you to go on 2 events ago. Also, get out of here, buddy. We're cutting you.
Oh
this is no disrespect either to Derek. I just want to stress that.
Oh no, this is full disrespect.
No. Because Derek's actually a good guy. He's a really good guy.
He is a good guy.
But oh my goodness. See, I knew you were going to start Gannon because that's your guy right there, which I can't even hate you for. Gannon is such a good guy, man. He's so down to earth. He's so chill.
As much as I shit talk Derek, he actually like makes me look forward to going to IWC so I can heckle him.
That is
Like I love going there knowing like I'm gonna get cussed out by Derek.
And what do I always say? If a heel makes you hate him that badly, they're doing their job correctly.
Right.
They're doing their job
Derek
correctly.
is so easy to hate it on.
He is. That's why I miss him.
Although
A good heel.
someone I genuinely hate just to hate is Jamie Jamison.
I knew you were gonna bring up James.
I just hate him so
Oh
much.
my god! Oh yeah, I think I told. I don't know if I told you. I told him he looks like a really messed up version of Quentin Tarantino. That's what he looks like. Just his face. He looks like really.
Whenever me and Kevin and Jack were there,
Yeah.
Jamie came out and I looked at Kevin and I said, I thought that was a girl at first.
Yeah, and,
No, I
you now have
remember.
beef with Xander, his manager on Facebook.
Oh yeah,
That's
yeah.
hilarious.
And Xander, I was also yelling at him. It's crazy that Cowpoke is more matches. He kept shaking his head and told me to shut up.
They love you at IWC.
Cowpoke Paul.
Cowpoke Paul's crazy.
I can't lie. He's funny. He's really funny. Cowpoke. He's really funny.
Now, I'm just in such a wrestling mood. Can you just put a picture of Matt Hardy on the screen real quick?
Oh.
There he is, Kev.
He's
What do you
right there.
think? This is what he does every episode. Every episode.
He scares me. No, I'm just kidding.
Who scares you?
The man.
The man?
The man.
The man on the screen. No, I'm just kidding.
Matt Hardy is your top 5 fears. I want to talk about some sweets here for a second. I have a bit of a
Sweets?
I've had a bit of a sweet tooth recently, so let's talk about some classic childhood snacks that I used to pack in my lunch all the time. First up, ding dongs.
Ding
What?
dongs.
You never had a ding dong before?
No, straight.
That
I set that up. Oh, that was a good one.
was a good one.
But no, I never had one before.
To
Okay.
be honest, they're trash.
Next
They
up,
sound like it.
Twinkies.
I've never had a Twinkie.
What?
What?
I know, I like break that like fat guy stereotype. I've never had a Twinkie.
Okay, next up, ho-hos.
God, you're giving us like the worst foods ever.
They're all Hostess snacks. And then next up, the little mini brown Hostess cupcakes. They're literally just called cupcakes. I know it's
I
a
haven't
name.
had those in years.
I thought they had a unique name. They didn't. So the cupcakes, ho-hos, ding-dongs, Twinkies.
I spelled cupcake wrong. Anyway.
You know, I actually don't like a single one of these.
Well, you're going to start us off then. Go ahead, Lucas.
Cut, and cut.
It's not
Whoa.
called CCCC. It's STBC.
Okay, considering I don't like any of these, I'm just gonna go by like what I actually believe is like best to worst and valuable and stuff. So I'm gonna start Twinkie, I guess. I mean, it's popular. People love them. I guess I'll bench ho-hos. I know my mom likes them. It's either that or ding dongs. I forget which one she likes. She likes one of them, and I got so sick of them, to be honest. I also tried the cupcakes. I got sick of them after like my second one. I'm gonna cut the cupcake and trade away the ding dongs, I guess.
Trade away the ding-dongs.
That's a child.
We can't. Well, to be fair, this was my fault. I
It
can't
was
even
your
lie.
fault.
Yeah, this was your fault,
That
Kevin.
was a good
This is all
joke,
your
though.
fault, Kevin. Screw you, Kevin.
Good. I don't care. Listen, you will never hate me as much as I hate myself. Yeah. Yeah, baby.
I like
Which
you.
is-
I like you more than most people that have been on here.
Wow. So, okay, that means my dad is going to beat you up next time, or Mr. Jack
Your
D is
dad's
going to
cool.
be texting
Nah,
me.
Jack's cool.
So not my... Oh, my God.
Okay.
Next up.
Okay, so I'm gonna start Twinkies. I feel like out of these, this is the obvious choice, in my honest opinion. When I was younger, I'm gonna say early high school. Man, I used to pound Twinkies, dude. I loved. What?
Sorry, I was just wondering if that's what they're cream filled.
Oh, my... That's not why I was laughing.
Well, he's not helping. Anyway, so I'll say about that. I'm going to trade the Hostess cupcakes just because I haven't had those since I'm gonna say 6 or. Can you shut the hell up? You're the biggest one, and you're acting like a child.
I'm still wondering how he's never had a Twinkie before.
Yeah, seriously.
We gotta go stop somewhere and get a Twinkie on the way home now, just for you to try it.
Probably sheets.
I'm pretty. Yeah, I'm
They don't
pretty
got
sure
no
they
sheets.
they don't have them.
We'll stop at the Giant Eagle right by your house on the way home.
Yeah, you go buy an Oreo Coke.
Oh yeah, I gotta try that still.
Okay, but yeah,
Like Kevin Waterfall it.
Yeah.
It's bad.
We're gonna try it on the way home. We're making a pit stop.
oh no, we have to make a video about it. We have to make content out of it.
Deal.
Alright, deal.
Deal.
I'm not drinking it though. I've already had.
You
I'll
be
try
cameraman. You'll be cameraman.
Yeah, I'll
be
try.
I'll be cameraman.
Anyway,
I had to drink a whole can of that stuff. Oh my god, no.
Anyway, yeah, I don't know how much was heard before you, but the Hostess cupcakes, I'll trade those. Haven't had it since I was probably 6, 7, 8 years old. Like, that was when my great grandma still lived on, well, where she used to live before. Regardless, haven't had it since then. I like them. I hate both of you so much right now.
I was good and he started laughing because
No, I'm only laughing because he's laughing. Kevin, you can't get on me.
I stopped laughing. I was like, this you start laughing.
Yeah, because what is this like premeditating? You're like,
No, get ready to have Aaron Rodgers on my team, all right? If he's not already by the time this episode comes out pre-recorded.
Oh man,
I'm so sorry, Kevin.
I don't care. This is funny. And then I'm going to bench ho-hos. I'm not gonna lie. I know I've had those before. Dude, you guys could not. Screw you guys. I'm just gonna keep going, pretend like nothing's happening. I know I had ho-hos before. I don't know. I couldn't tell you when the last time it was, or what I thought about it. So I was gonna say bench. I'm gonna cut ding dongs because
You're gonna cut your ding dong?
Oh no, I'm keeping it. It ain't going nowhere. See, I can't even make the joke I want to make about that. Anyway, no, I never had like ding dong the candy. Ding
it's
dong.
not candy, it's sweets.
That's what candy is.
It's more of a dessert, more of a snack.
It's a pastry.
Does it have sugar in it? Is there sugar in it? It's a sweet.
Okay, Coke has
So
sugar.
so your lemonade is your candy?
No, it's
There's
a sweet.
sugar. Is there sugar in it?
I was saying sweets, not candy.
So lemonade is sweets.
Yes.
No, it's a drink.
I don't care. This is my list. I can make up my own rules.
This is his question.
So what's your order? What's your final order?
This is my podcast.
I'm starting Twinkies. Oh shit. Apologize. Starting Twinkies, trading Hostess cupcakes, benching ho-hos, and cutting ding dongs.
Are you okay over there?
No, he's dying. Look at this fool.
Listen,
he won't stop dying.
Me and him is like Charles Barkley and Shaq on Inside the NBA, just laughing at each other. Because I'm only laughing because he's laughing.
Mm-hmm.
Look, this is tough because I'm not gonna lie, I don't eat these as much either. I thought you guys would, so that's why I was giving them to you. No, well yeah, but
I haven't had any of these in so long. But continue.
I'm starting Twinkies. Twinkies is the goat out of the 4 of these. We're actually gonna stop on the way home and get some. We're gonna get a box and split because Twinkies are that good, man. I'll even pay for it. I love me some Twinkies.
That's a first.
I'm gonna.
What's wrong with you? He doesn't stop today.
He does not. I'm benching the Hostess cupcakes because those little cupcakes, I'm not gonna lie to you, I used to pack those all the time for lunch for elementary school, and dude, they were so good, man. I always smiled whenever I saw them. Those and the cosmic brownies, those were my favorites growing up.
So many people.
I still love cosmic. I had one today.
You had one today, bro. The cosmic brownies are sick. I'm gonna trade away the ho-hos. Ding dongs and ho-hos are honestly kind of similar. I never really cared for either one, but if they were at home, I would have them. So I'm gonna trade the ho-hos because I feel like they're a little more valuable. And just like Kevin, I'm also cutting the ding dong.
I can't say the joke I was thinking of.
It's so hard. Okay. Moving on, please.
Okay, Lucas,
before
that's a post podcast joke.
Lucas, please transition us.
You know where else I feel like we could just find sweets at?
Where?
Can you just put a picture of Matt Hardy on screen sitting in front of a McDonald's?
Why do you have that? Dude, this is ridiculous.
Well, there it is, ladies and gentlemen. Matt Hardy is on the screen, standing outside of a McDonald's. We weren't even talking about McDonald's. We were talking about ding dongs and ho-hos.
Yeah, I feel like you can get like a sweet treat there.
What? Your lemonade?
Your lemonade.
I'm gonna say, according to Kevin's logic, a McFlurry is a candy.
It's a sweet, not a candy.
Okay, go ahead, Lucas. Please transition us off this.
Alright. Oh god, which one do I even give you guys? Do I want to make you hate me, or hate me?
We already hate you.
We already hate you already.
Alright, starting out. Tesla drivers.
Punk! I'm having a good time with this.
Honda Civic drivers. Austin, this is why I need you to repeat what car you said in the car. Right over here.
I'll let you provide more context on it in a sec.
Truck drivers whenever they're behind you.
It's like pickup truck drivers.
Yeah. And then BMW drivers.
Kevin, I feel like you are the most experienced driver out of the 3 of us. Would you like to start us off?
Oh, happily, right now. Okay, so I'm going to, in terms of how bad they are, I'm going to start the pickup drivers when they're behind you. Because why? How come no matter how okay, so just for example, at least in the immediate area, the speed limit on the highway is 55 miles an hour. admittedly, I shouldn't be going this fast, but usually I'm going about 75 or 80 on it. Why is there still a pickup right behind me? I can literally see. All I can see is their grill. I can't even see the windshield no more. Why are they that close behind me going that fast? So I'll say that. I'm going to.
You were happy over there.
I'm in a good mood. Hang out with my bros.
I'm going to. So stupid. Actually, let me show you something real quick. I'm going to trade BMW drivers because we could happily do without them. They're like, I feel like they're just as bad as pickup drivers, except it doesn't just limit to them just being behind you. It's the fact that they exist on the road in the first place. They don't know how to use their turn signals. They're either, driving too fast or too slow. Never just right. There's no Goldilocks zone with these guys. It's just pure chaos with them. I'm going to bench Tesla drivers because even though we absolutely love to bash on electric cars, especially Tesla to begin with, I'd rather keep them around than BMW drivers, if I'm being completely honest with you. Cause at least with them, you can point and laugh at them. You can't really do it with BMW drivers because you're already too mad at them calling them a Jagoff, yelling out the window. And
that's what we're calling them.
I'm going to cut Honda Civic drivers, specifically the Honda Civic drivers with the messed up exhaust, because why are you speeding down the road in the middle of the night like you're a race car driver? You're not. No one loves you. We all hate you. We just want to sleep. And here you are keeping me up at night when I already have to be up at 6 in the morning.
I'm going to keep this one quick. I'm going to start Tesla drivers because, again, as much as we bash Teslas and as much as we bash electric cars, the drivers aren't the worst compared to the other 3 cars that we have here on this list. The other 3 I feel like are just the most toxic out there. So I'd rather deal with a Tesla driver than a Civic, a truck, or a BMW. I'm going to bench BMW drivers because I've had less interactions with BMW drivers than Civic drivers. For some reason, I don't know what it is. I feel like maybe it's just my bad luck. I'm always yelling at a Honda Civic. So for that reason, and that reason alone, I'm benching BMWs and I'm trading Honda Civics. Cut the pickup truck drivers. Specifically, the Ford F-150s with the raised truck. Those are the ones that are the absolute worst. They're either riding you from behind or they're going so slow in front. Thank you, pause. But I'm going to cut the truck drivers. I'm going to bench the BMW drivers, trade away the Civic, start the Tesla. I pretty much agree with everything that Kevin said. I just have a little bit of a different order.
Yeah, I'm going to start Tesla drivers. I feel like they're the least annoying.
They're the most tolerable.
Yeah, because not all of them are that bad, but there's definitely been some times where I'm like, dude, I almost smashed into $80,000 car. Or my friends have, or my mom has, or my dad has, or you have. Anyone I'm with, it seems like there's always just that one idiot, but then like you find like 5 that are fine, so it's like whatever. I'm going to bench Honda Civic drivers because personally I've never had Kevin's experience of being kept up at night by Honda Civic drivers' exhaust pipes. The only thing with like exhaust and stuff was whenever Austin's fell off.
It was a muffler!
That's part of your exhaust.
Yeah, it's part of your exhaust.
Oh my god.
Touch it!
Yeah, I did touch it. I still have the scar.
You're actually
Look
really...
right there.
Yeah, you're an idiot. You're a complete... Why would you do that?
Because my dad told me to.
Because your dad... if your dad told you...
He was messing with me.
If he told you... If he was messing with you, told you to stick your hand in a wood chipper, would you do it?
Probably.
See?
Okay, this isn't about me. It's reversed the drivers.
This is about you.
Right.
I drive a Chevy Equinox. I don't drive any of
It
those.
breaks down all the time. I was there for one of them.
Shut up.
So, trucks whenever they're behind you. Thank you for being quiet, everyone.
You just blew out everyone's eardrums.
Yeah, I did. So, warning to all of our earbud users.
Yeah, you don't.
Oh, they can't hear us. Oh,
You give a warning after you.
You do the same thing every time.
I actually do. It's kind of sad.
Yeah, there's a reason I used to listen to your podcast on earbuds. Now I specifically don't whenever I'm not there because I don't know what's going to happen. Because you've literally given me, like, trauma. My ears have trauma from what you've done to them.
PTSD.
Yeah, from Matt Canada. God.
And Matt Hardy.
Fire Matt Canada.
I thought you just F-bombed for a second, I'm going to be honest.
No.
No, I said fire.
Like
We're not talking about brick roads, Lucas. And I didn't spill my coffee, so those are the only 2 times we dropped F-bomb.
But then I'm trading BMW drivers because there's so many of them. I have to be able to get so many bad ones. I have to be able to get some back out of it. Kevin, you want to know something funny though?
Sure.
No, we just seem a little bored in here. Not many laughs going on recently in here. So
What are you talking about? You just died when we talked about Twinkies and Ding
We've been
Dongs.
laughing this entire time.
So it's a really funny story. I'm not gonna say the guy's name for respect reasons, but there was this one guy that goes to Point Park University, and he cracked his head off of a stall door because he sneezed in the bathroom.
Oh my god.
I'm not gonna say names for respect.
For respect.
It was awesome.
Why did you do that? I've never.
Yeah, last week at
So
Point
that's
Park,
what's wrong with you.
I sneezed really hard and I hit my head off the stall door. Because it's small. They're small bathroom stalls.
Pause.
I have never done that before. What is wrong with
You never
you?
cracked your head off a bathroom stall because
No!
you sneezed too hard?
No.
No.
No, that's a you problem. Actually, that is the definition of a skill issue.
Thank you, Lucas,
Bro
for
can't
reminding.
even use the bathroom right.
Honestly.
What's your final list? So we can move on.
Start Tesla drivers, bench Honda Civic drivers, cut trucks when they're behind you, and trade BMW drivers.
Okay, this next one that I have, Kevin, I apologize. I know you're not as big of a sports aficionado as both of us, but
Great.
I want to talk about some of the greatest sports franchises out there. So first up, the New York Yankees. This is just overall, this is a pretty easy
That's
one.
why, Kevin, I actually don't know the stats for the Yankees either.
I don't even know.
Next up, the Dallas Cowboys.
Terrible.
Next up, the Los Angeles Lakers. And finally, the Pittsburgh Penguins. We got one in each sport. A baseball, football, hockey, and basketball.
Can you give me a quick rundown of the Yankees real quick? I'm gonna be honest, I'm not super familiar with them all time.
I don't want to give you the stats yet because then that's going to help you guys form your list.
Well, I don't know anything about them.
All right, they have the most championships out of any major sports team.
That doesn't really. I mean, that's
27.
what I was wondering, but that doesn't mean much because then you would technically go by saying the Canadians are the best hockey team. No, they're not.
Well, they have more World Series than the Canadians have Stanley Cups.
Well, yeah, but they have the most Stanley Cups.
Okay.
So, but they're not the best team.
Yankees, Penguins, Cowboys, Lakers. Lucas.
I'm gonna cut the Cowboys.
Kevin's excited.
I hate them.
I'm gonna
Don't we all?
start the Lakers, bench the Penguins, and trade the Yankees.
Okay. Kevin.
So I'm going to start the Penguins, and that is just because
Sorry.
I would be hit by a car. Okay, so
That
I'm
means
going...
that you're getting hit by a car and he's getting hit by a car. We're all in the same car.
Good.
Hope it's
If I
Tesla
go,
too.
we all go. I'm just kidding. All
It'll
right, so...
probably be a BMW.
Dude, that would be
That's
insane.
the turn signal.
Okay, so I'm gonna start the Penguins just because that's just the team on here I really like. They're from here. I don't really have anything to say about that. I'm not gonna lie. I'm going to bench the Lakers because I feel like they're legendary and we shouldn't get rid of them under any circumstances.
Ooh, I like that take. Okay.
So I'm going to trade the Yankees just because I don't really know anything about the Yankees. I mean, obviously they're probably one of the most recognizable names in baseball. It's baseball, right? I make
It's
a fool of
baseball, yeah,
myself.
no, you're
Okay.
right.
They just buy out their players.
Yeah. And I'm going to cut the Cowboys, or I'm sorry, the Cowgirls, because they are a mistake. They are a disgrace. Everyone who likes them, I do not like. So I just want nothing to do with them. Exactly. So, all right.
Well, I 100% agree with you guys on the Cowboys. I kind of just put them in there as rage bait. Now, don't get me wrong. They were relevant in the 90s, and they were incredible back then. One of the best teams, one of the best
Thank
franchises.
God I wasn't alive.
But now we live in Jerry's world. We live in Jerry Jones's world. And until
We don't have any spots that we don't have any voids that need filled in free agency. Yeah,
And
those are the dumbest
until-
things ever said.
until ownership and management changes in Dallas, they're going to be irrelevant. So that is why they are being cut here. Look, you got to trade away the Penguins because comparing them to the other two franchises, you really can't. The Lakers have 18 championships. The Yankees have 27. The Penguins only have 5. So that is why I'm going to trade away the Penguins. Don't get me wrong. Lemieux is legendary. Crosby, Yager, Malkin, Fleury. They have so many historic players that are going to be future Hall of Famers one day. But you can say the same thing about the Yankees and the Lakers. I mean, the Lakers history. You got the Kareem Abdul-Jabbars. You got the Magic Johnson, the LeBron Jameses, Kobe Bryants, Shaquille O'Neals, Paul Gasol. There were so many legendary names for the Lakers that you got to give credit to. But that is why they're going to go to my bench. Because unlike the Yankees, they're the team with the second most championship. The Boston Celtics actually has more than the Lakers, one more. The Yankees, I mean, Lou Gehrig, Babe Ruth, Garrett Cole, Jackie Robinson. I mean, the names just go on and on and on of legendary players. So you got to give the Yankees credit where credit is due. I believe the Yankees are the best sports franchise across all 4 major sports. So I'm going to start the Yankees. I'm going to bench the Lakers. I'm going to trade the Pens, and I'm going to cut the Cowboys.
Wait, so you're starting the Yankees?
I'm starting the Yankees.
So you're just starting a bunch of money, all right.
Well, I mean, Babe Ruth and Lou Gehrig, Lucas. You're going to bench Lou Gehrig?
Those are like the
I didn't bench, I actually
the
traded.
most
You're going to
recognizable
bench
names in
Jackie
baseball.
Robinson?
I didn't bench, I traded, actually.
You're going to bench Garrett Cole?
I actually still haven't benched.
Come on, man.
I haven't benched.
You haven't benched?
I traded.
Okay, yeah, trade away the Yankees.
You're going to get a lot of value for it.
You're shit. What about Aaron Judge? He broke the home run record. Barry Bonds' record he broke. Shattered. Sammy Sosa.
Didn't Josh Bell almost break his record?
Almost. That's a different record. But
It was
okay.
like, he was 1 home run off.
Ooh, 1 home run. Well, guess what? Aaron Judge actually got that 1 home run.
The Tottenham home run wins in the Lakers. It's like, shut up. Like, he just did the same thing.
I have no idea what we're talking about. That's my input.
Thank you for the
That was
input.
a good one.
Yeah.
I'm not fist bumping you for that one. Damn.
You missed.
Okay, Lucas. Is this your final one or is this your second to last?
I have 2 more.
You have 2 more. That's right, because I started.
Yeah.
What do you have?
I'm so sorry, Austin.
No, you're not. If you're saying sorry before you give it to me, that doesn't mean you're sorry.
Bill Hillgrove.
Oh, I know what he's doing.
You're so. If I'm on here and you cut me, I'm jumping over this
Well,
table.
Jason Earl, yeah, there was 5 guests on so far, so you could do. Oh, God.
No, I know I'm the least interesting. It's okay. Everyone tells me all the time anyway.
Oh, you bastard. Hillgrove, okay.
Rob King. Jason Earl.
Okay.
Caden Warner.
Wow. Okay, so Kevin, you're not on there. I'm sorry. You would have been probably cut, Kev. I'm sorry.
It was an easy.
I
cut.
know.
It was an easy.
That
cut.
would have been easy.
But
I will get naked right now.
So Lucas gave me 4 out of the 6 guests that we've brought in on 2 Jagoffs. The other 2, of course, was Kevin, who was sitting across from me,
They hate me.
and Devontae Dean, who started us off.
goated.
And Lucas knew that if he would have gave me Devontae, I probably would have cut him because that episode was the shortest and the most rushed. The other 4 episodes were honestly perfect. So this is where things are tough. Kevin, how about you start us off this time?
I haven't had time to listen to any of these.
I can start.
Okay, you start, Lucas. You set the tone.
All right.
I'm copying.
Well-
Please don't break any connections. They're all going to come back eventually, so please don't.
I'm actually gonna start Caden Warner.
Okay.
As crazy as it is, because he's, to be honest, and no disrespect, the least relevant on this list.
You could have said notable, not relevant. Could have been a little nicer to him.
I'm still starting him over all these legends in Pittsburgh.
Okay, that's fair. That's fair.
No, but I mean, he's the one that you could say it was Devontae Dean, but he kind of started the interviewing and the bringing a whole new fan base to 2 Jagoffs. Like, I mean, I know I said this in Lucas Carey's. Devontae Dean obviously was our first interview. We'll always be grateful for that. He's always welcome back, but he didn't bring that fan base with him. He didn't have it. He's a high school student. This is a college student. He's on social media and stuff. You know, he's being looked at. He has a presence.
He does.
And in my opinion, that's whenever we started to actually take off.
He was the one that really brought us in views.
He's the reason we took off, and I mean, promos have been doing much better since him. Numbers have been doing much better since him. So, can't argue it, really. Bill Hillgrove, I'm going to bench. I mean, in my opinion, he's the most notable on this list. I think he's the biggest name on this list easily. He's still super relevant today, even though he's really old and
He's in his
isn't
80s.
in his 80s, and he hasn't even been doing like what he's notable for. He hasn't been doing like Steelers anymore.
No, he's doing college pit basketball.
But he's still in like commercials all around Pittsburgh. He's still a big name. Everyone here knows who he is.
I still can't believe we got him on.
I know, that was crazy.
I
And
still can't
for
believe
the
it.
third interview ever.
Third interview ever.
You got him on before you got Kevin on,
Yeah, I did.
which is like some random guy, but
Yeah, who's that guy?
I don't know.
I don't know who he is either.
That was the hey, your interview was the longest interview we've had.
Well, that was the most
It
personal.
was also like the
one.
most personal, yeah.
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 I'm gonna trade away Rob King. I think he's a very notable name. I think him taking over for Hillgrove kind of got biased for my decision. In my opinion, he calls the most important sport in Pittsburgh right now.
Yeah.
And then, sadly, I'm going to be cutting Jason Earl.
Okay. Kevin. Floor is yours, my friend. Please don't burn any bridges. These are all great guys.
No, I don't know enough to say anything bad about anybody. I'm going to start Bill Hillgrove just because I remember when you told me about it, you were so excited. You were a fangirl. Like, I can't lie.
I was.
I
I have his bobblehead right here. Like, are you kidding me? I got Bill Hillgrove right
know,
here.
it's
Stop playing with
hilarious.
his head.
Okay. That was a really well timed joke, but oh boy, was that was bad. That was bad. We're going under. We're going under so hard. This is great. This is a great start.
Great start. We're 55 minutes in. What do you mean great start?
I don't know. I don't know where to put the rest of them. I just don't. I'm not.
Just free ball it. Just throw them in random spots.
Caden
Warner, just for a memory fresher, Jason Earl is the director of Pitt, so he does all Pitt athletics pretty much. He does football, basketball, baseball, volleyball. Rob King, he's the new radio broadcaster for the Steelers, but he spent a lot of time in Pittsburgh also doing the Pirates. And then Caden Warner is the starting point guard for the Pioneers basketball team.
Okay, just for clarification, I'm just the guy here. I'm just the stupid guy here to make the other two look better. By the way, so I'm going to bench King. I think he's just talking on my ass. I think he's really good, but we should not get rid of him. Go to trade Earl because
You're cutting Caden?
I don't know, dude.
He brought us a new fan base.
Screw your fan base. No, I'm just kidding.
Dang.
No, I'm just kidding. Okay.
The Jagoff Mafia is not going to take that lightly.
What are you gonna do? Come after me? No.
Probably.
I mean, Mr. Jack Dean might. He might bring that sword.
Oh yeah. How about my piece? No, I'm just kidding. And then cut Warner. I'm sorry. I love you. I don't know who you are, but I love you. Don't kill me.
Okay, so here's the approach that I'm going to take this. I actually have the same list as you, by the way, Lucas, just so you know.
Okay.
But I'm going to start Caden Warner for the simple fact that if Caden Warner not only brought in a new fan base, he gave me a lot more confidence in my interviewing skills because I was actually so nervous the day that he came on because he was like really my first athlete that I interviewed. Devontae Dean, when I interviewed him, I kind of already knew who he was. He was in some of my classes in high school, you know what I mean? Like, I've known Devontae like on a personal level before I interviewed him. I didn't really talk to him as much. Kevin, even you met him a couple of times before we interviewed him on the podcast. So, and this is no disrespect to Devontae at all, and I was in the same room with Mr. G and everything. It was just a weird atmosphere. With Caden Warner, it was like my first real sit-down, in-person interview. And you got to remember, 2 of these were in person, 2 of these were on Zoom. So I'm going to factor that into the way I rank this. So just the scenario itself and the day itself and the episode, dude, I'm not going to lie. That, in my opinion, is probably my best interview. Like, that and the Hillgrove are probably my 2 best actual interviews. Like, those are going to go with my professional portfolio. That's going to go with my LinkedIn, my resume. Like, I'm going to turn that into companies one day to hopefully land a job. That's how good of an interview that was. And Caden, man, I got to tell you, nothing but humble, nothing but a great guy. He's going to come back on the podcast again. He's a friend of the show. I've already invited him. I actually have one of his teammates coming on the podcast next month. So shout out to Fisher. Nazareth Fisher is going to be joining us. The big center for Point Park will be joining the podcast very soon. And hopefully we're going to get more athletes as well. But Caden Warner really set the tone for us. And the audience that he brought in, the numbers did so much better. We literally did an episode called Who Knows Austin Carnes Better? You both were on it. Literally the episode after Caden Warner. And ever since that episode, numbers have been consistent on every single episode. And I got to give credit to where credit's due to Caden Warner. Bill Hillgrove, I've always been a fan, man.
Caden Warner still hasn't followed me back on Instagram, by the way.
Well, no one likes you.
See, even Lucas carried an episode, and that still wasn't enough for Caden Warner to follow him back.
Yeah, I know. See,
I think you're the
you
problem.
still missed.
He picks up the... I thought you were about to pick up the whole microphone.
I thought that's what he was reaching for too.
So here's the... I'm going to bench Bill Hillgrove because I'm not going to lie to you guys. That was such a cool interview and such a chill guy. I had the chance to meet him at the casino in person, and the fact that he remembered me and remembered my podcast was such a cool thing. So Bill Hillgrove, again, another friend of the show, another guy that can come back on anytime. But the conversation that we had was great. We got to talk Pitt basketball, Pitt football, Steelers football, and the answers that he gave was just so intellectual. They were so in depth. They were really the way he worded stuff was like really laid out and really nice. I gotta give credit where credit is due. I'm gonna trade the Rob King interview away, and this is nothing against Rob King. I love him to death. The interview was amazing. Honestly, one of my best as well. again, this is just comparing. I feel like the Hillgrove interview did slightly better than the King one. But Rob King, again, is such a great guy. I met him on LinkedIn before, and I don't really know him as much as I know the other three. I actually met Hillgrove in person at the casino. I met Earl a couple of times in the past at pit events. I've known Caden Warner because I've called the games, and I've seen him a couple of times there since as well, and we've dabbed each other up. Rob King, I've only met in person once, and it was brief for when he was a guest speaker in class. Outside of that, my connection with him is probably, I guess, isn't the closest. That's why I'm going to trade his away. And I'm cutting the Jason Earl interview, and this is nothing against Jason Earl. It's because of the day that I had. The interview with Jason Earl was such a pain in the ass to set up. And I'm going to tell the story here on the podcast now. I was supposed to interview him on a Tuesday. I came down with the flu. I had to cancel on him. And shout out to Jason Earl, by the way, for being able to be so flexible with the schedule. We rescheduled for that Friday. So I'm fresh off the flu. My throat I'm still congested. My nose is still running like crazy. And I actually had to take all this podcast equipment that you guys saw me brought in the box earlier. I had to take that to the University of Pitt, carry it up Cardiac Hill into the Peterson Event Center, and take it to his office. Now, don't get me wrong. I'm very grateful for it. I love the experience. I love that I got to look around Pitt Studios again and got to see the broadcasts and everything like that, where like they play basketball and do their wrestling matches and stuff. But my goodness, carrying that equipment on Cardiac Hill when it was 30 degrees outside, freshly coming off of the flu, it was a bad week. It was a really bad week. The interview was still great. I love Jason Earl to death. He's my man. He's welcome to come on the podcast anytime as well. But dude, that day was awful just because of how sick I was feeling. Not to mention after that, I had to travel home and do a bunch more recordings and stuff that day. So like I had a lot to do that day. It was just a very busy day, very busy week for me. So I'm going to cut Jason Earl. I'm going to start Keen Warner, trade away Rob King, and bench the legendary Bill Hillgrove. Thank you so much for giving me a heart attack, by the way. I hope none of them take any disrespect towards that. All four of you guys were great guests, and all four of you guys are welcome back on anytime. We actually have another guest coming on very soon. Should we spoil it, or should we save it?
Don't. Save it.
Save it?
You've been spoiling a lot of people who are coming on recently. It's not a surprise.
Okay, all I will say to you, I'll give the fans just a little hint. No, I'll give a little hint. No. Let's just say he's worked with the Pittsburgh Pirates. That's all I'm going to say.
That's fair.
We have someone come in. You may or may not have a beef with him after that episode. Sorry, Lucas. I can't wait for that episode to come out. I really can't wait.
I can't wait for the episode I'm on after that one comes out.
What the hell was that?
That wasn't me.
Yes, it literally was.
No, it wasn't. These guys are lying.
He's over here boiling about the interview. I'm over here laughing about him, and then you're over here just... What was that noise? There it is.
I'm just really good at replicating it. It wasn't me the first time.
Me and him not getting our voices that high. Mine would just start cracking like crazy, and he'd probably sound like an idiot.
Okay.
I think Jack just got a little happy.
Little
happy.
He's thinking about his Cookie Monster submissions that you never were able to use on Ask Us.
Got a little aroused there.
You know?
Alright, well hopefully this episode like fails and no one ever sees it.
Well, thank God the sponsorship we have is going to be on hold until I get back from New York, because there would be no way I'd be able to monetize. By the way, I want to make some news here. We have a sponsorship returning to the podcast very soon. Two Jagoffs getting sponsored. I can't say who yet. Okay. I can't say who. I can tell you off camera, but
good.
We're getting sponsored again. So shout out to... let's go. And we're not going to get paid $3 this time like we did from Anchor.
Good.
Aren't you next, my friend? Oh, no, you just gave me that one.
Yeah, I was like, what are you looking at me for?
Okay, well, I'm going to be...
You look like me during the Lucas Cares episode.
I did look like you there. All right, so this is my final one, and then you have one more after this. And then I don't know if... I think Kevin actually has a bonus one for us as well, so I'm excited to see
have
yours.
two. If you want just one, we'll do just one, or if you want them both.
You know what? Let's get Kevin in the cycle real quick. Kevin, how about you give us one of yours real quick? Just to mix this up a little bit.
One. I have to pull them up. I don't remember what they were.
No, you're good. Just because we all have one more each, so just to mix it up a little bit.
Yeah, I did these kind of on the spot like the other day. Let's see.
While you're pulling that up, let me just talk to you real quick for a second, Lucas. I got a bone to pick with you. Why are you trying to get me in trouble with these people by giving me all these interviews? Like, don't get me wrong. Bill Hill, I think all of them can take a joke, because Bill Hillgrove and Rob King were awesome. We were talking about restaurants the whole time. Me and Kane Warner were going back and forth on the MVP in the Super Bowl for a minute. And then Jason Earl, I mean, he's just a good guy. I mean, I can't even say anything bad about him. Why? Why are you trying to get on me?
You gotta be honest, it was pretty creative.
It was pretty creative.
I've been getting more creative on game shows lately.
You really have been. I'll give you credit.
Between the Mr. Jack Dean one,
Lucas Carey,
where there was farm animals, and Mrs. Scott,
crocodile, or alligator, whatever it was. Alligator, yeah.
And Lucas Carey's, that was the most creative I've ever been on this podcast.
It really has been. Even the promo was nice. Dude, don't give me that.
Give me that. Sadly, The video was not supposed to be blurry. For some reason, Austin's phone made it blurry, and I actually got sick the next day
You did.
and didn't wake up till after the promo was already posted on everywhere except TikTok because I had to post that one. So we had to use the blurry version.
It's okay.
It's okay.
Kevin, I apologize. What is your scenario?
We're good. Okay, so
Don't apologize to him.
we have pets this time, not animals, but pets.
Okay.
So we have cats,
Okay.
dogs,
How original.
you know,
It's his first time giving
I'm
him a break.
sorry.
hamsters, and birds.
Lucas, you want to start?
Yeah, I'll start. Are we gonna have like? I guess it's personal, right?
It's pets, Lucas.
It could
It's
be
personal.
whatever you want. Let's just say baseline what you think is the best.
I'm easily
Could be
starting
personal.
dogs here. I mean, in my opinion, dog is the best pet on this planet. I mean, I love dogs. I've always loved dogs.
Man's best friend.
Man's best friend. I guess I'll bench cats. I mean, they're cool sometimes. It depends on the cat. There's cats I've not cared about. My aunt and uncle have some pretty cool cats that I play with, and I don't know. I guess they're all right. I'm gonna cut birds. I mean, I've never wanted to own a bird or have owned a bird or asked to own a bird. I don't know. So I'm gonna cut them. And then hamster. I mean, I've never had one either, but I mean, I know it's a good household pet to have, usually for like younger kids, maybe. So I'll trade them away.
See, I'm gonna start. See, I actually worked with all of these animals before. So
You've worked with birds.
I've worked with birds before.
Where?
We had a bird come in at Friendly Paws one time.
What?
Yeah, we take
They
small
didn't have
animals.
paws.
It doesn't matter. We take small animals. We take hamsters, rabbits. We've taken guinea pigs, birds. Yeah,
Will you take my pet tarantula?
probably, but I would not deal with it because I'm scared of them. But
What
we
if
probably
I
would.
specially request Austin Carnes to take care of it?
Then you were not getting that special request. That request would be
What if I
denied.
asked?
I'm the manager. I would
What
immediately
if I
deny
asked
it.
certain ones of your coworkers? Do you think they would say okay and take it?
Probably because they hate me. But
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, you know what I'm ta- you know what I'm talking
We hate you too.
we all know who we're talking about. I'm starting dogs.
Yeah.
You're evil today. I'm starting dogs because dogs are a man best friend. It's the best animal on the planet. I'll fight anybody on it. I love dogs. I mean, we talk about dogs all the time here on the podcast. Cats, Braun Breaker. We turn.
Hey, wait, Kevin's never hit a brawn breaker.
Kevin, you gotta hit a
Oh.
Braun Breaker.
Hit it.
What's that?
You-
Oh, yeah, you mean the Brian Griffin. That's what he sounds like.
That's actually good enough for a brawn breaker.
That's just pretty good.
Very good.
Pretty good for Braun Breaker.
Better than Jack's first time. Jack's not loud though. Kevin's loud.
Yeah, he's allowed. You're allowed, Kevin. You're valid.
I know I'm not.
You're valid in the Braun Breaker sphere.
Yeah.
Shut up. Go back. Go back.
Cats are getting benched mainly because I really don't care for cats, I'll be honest with you, but there's been a couple of cats that I've been able to meet over the last couple of years that have been really nice and has really changed my opinion on it. But some of the cats at my work, they are so mean. I'm not going to lie to you. They're some of the meanest cats out there. Hamsters are going to get traded away here. Nothing against them, but I'm just going to trade them away. And then birds, they're getting cut mainly because they're the loudest out of the four. They're so loud. I can't with birds. I really can't. Especially parrots. Oh my goodness. They're so loud. So I'm cutting parrots, I'm trading hamsters, I'm starting dogs, and I'm benching cats.
Alright, so I am going to start cats just because I've been around cats my
He's
whole
more of a
life.
cat person.
My whole there's multiple reasons for this. Been around cats my whole life. I kind of had like I would call it past trauma with dogs. When I was like 3 years old, I got bit by a dog on my hand. I still have the scar, so that kind of ruined me with dogs for the longest. Until I was like
I remember,
actually I think it took pretty much until I like met Champ. Honestly,
you remember Champ, Lucas? You were
I
always
do.
a
I do
good-
remember Champ.
Oh, Champ was such a good dog, man.
and then like the secondary reason is just my lifestyle to begin with. I'm at work a lot. And when I'm not at work, I like to be doing stuff outside or even traveling to places. So having a dog would kind of hinder almost all of that. So having a cat kind of just take care of themselves. You know what I mean? I mean, if I wanted to leave for a week, give them a pile of food, some water, and a clean litter box, and they're good for that week.
Oh,
They're
yeah.
fine. A dog? No. Absolutely not. The couch would be in like just
It would be in
shreds.
disarray.
Yeah, I would. Dogs are easily a close second, or I guess that would be a bench, a close second bench. I mean, they're called man's best friend for a reason, and most people prefer dogs over cats anyway. So I'll say that. I'm going to trade birds because I feel like the only redeeming factor with them over hamsters is all the like the TikTok videos of the parents just copying things. I saw one recently. There was this girl. There's this little like parrot on the back of her chair, and it did the Old Spice, which is the. And it was so funny to me, dude. I was just dying. I'll see if I can find it after this and show you guys. And I'm gonna cut hamsters. It's overall just rodents, and I'm sorry, Izzy, if you're watching. Cause I know I know you love your rabbits, but they're rodents. Let's just keep them outside. I know a lot of people aren't gonna like them, but
I love rabbits,
to me, they're just so gross. I don't know why. Birds are gross too, but like birds are funny.
All right, you guys better watch your mouth on this next one, because the next one I'm gonna give you is shows that I appear on.
Great.
Now I'm not gonna include 2 Jagoffs here because I feel like 2 Jagoffs
That's a little biased.
It's my baby. Exactly, and this is literally our platform that we're on. Kevin, I don't know if you listen to all these, but I know.
Porn. Sorry.
Are you done?
What's that for?
All right, first up, Inside the Ring with Austin Carnes. That is my professional wrestling podcast. It took a hiatus, but it's actually now back. Next up, the Steel City Commuters podcast. I host it on Spotify and Facebook every week with my man Nicholas Brown from Point Park University. Next up, the Austin Carnes Show, my weekly radio show on WPPJ Radio. Both of you actually were on it before. And last but not least is Pioneer Sideline. It's like our ESPN type show that we have there, and it's the only show where I'm actually on camera out of the 4.
You want to go first? Or you want me to go first?
So I don't know if you guys
I'll
listen.
go first. I'll give my best one since I've only seen 2 of these. I am going to start the Austin Carnes Show just because. Well, I mean, really, I feel it's kind of a biased thing if I'm being completely honest. Because I was on there, totally different experience from this, and it was really enjoyable and fun. I would love to do it again if you would want to be on again.
Get all 3 of us on. Oh God.
I think that not a
Austin
bad idea.
Will probably break
but
again.
I don't want to say a bad idea.
I was actually so stressed going on the Austin Carnes Show, and then I had a pretty good episode.
You did?
Or I guess not episode, just
show.
Yeah, I had a pretty good show. We actually had good conversations on there.
We did.
I was worried I was gonna slip up, but
that was my worry, and not for me, but because it's him online, not any of us. They can care less about us, you know.
Yeah, exactly.
That's what I was worried. I'm going to bench Sideline because you've shown me that. You seem to enjoy it at least. You seem to know what you're talking about, and you seem to always have a different opinion than everyone else, which makes it way more interesting. So, I'll say I'm going to. I'm trying to see what I wrote down. I'm going to trade. My handwriting is absolute. It's horrible. I'm sorry. So I'm going to trade the. What? I'll go slower. I will go slower. Actually, I'll just sit in silence for the rest. Screw you guys.
Okay, fine.
Can you actually just throw a picture of Matt Hardy on the screen real quick?
Yeah.
Let's just sit in silence and listen to Matt Hardy. Let's just sit in silence.
Alright, sit in silence.
Alright, so. I hate you so much. No, you shush. This was like kindergarten all over. You know, like the back and forth, like shush battles?
Inside voices.
I thought you were about to do Chad Gable.
I thought he was.
A shoe, please. Thank you.
No. I got one there for you. Yeet. I'm just kidding. I just like doing that because it's so stupid. Look at how dumb he looks right now.
That's crazy. Matt Hardy's still on the screen right now.
Yeah, Matt Hardy is still on the screen.
So you know
I'm still gonna give him that smooch.
That's what you look like.
That's what I think every time he does.
I switch back over to the 2 Jaguars.
Okay, so I'm going to trade the Steel City Commuters. I don't know why. I just decided to put it there.
How dare
Congratulations.
you. Nick is going to be very sad.
Nick, in the nicest way possible, I don't care if you're sad. I said in the nicest way possible. I could have said disrespectfully. I didn't, though. I have respect for him. More than I have for you, at least.
I'm going to cut Inside the Ring only because I...
Fair.
Tell me if I'm wrong. I feel like out of all of these, that might be the one that you've done the least with. Am I correct?
No.
It's not the one I've done the least. Steel City's the one I've done.
Probably the most.
It's,
Really?
it's probably the most just because Inside the Ring's been around for almost 2 years, but there was a...
I didn't know that.
I don't put as much effort into it as I do the other ones. That one's kind of just there.
That's probably why, yeah.
All right, Lucas, I mean, you've been on 2 out of the 4 of these, and I know you listened to all of them at least once. So what's your take on this?
Alright, I'm going to start the Austin Carnes Show. In my opinion, it's where you get to see like the true side of you. You don't have to like hold back necessarily. I mean, like you can't say certain things, but you can say a lot more
Gotta
than
be
anywhere
politically
else.
correct.
Yeah. Can't swear. Sad I can't tell you to, like, shut up and
I mean, you can tell me to shut up.
well,
I
add,
called
like-
him queso on.
add, like, an extra couple words in that sentence, though. That statement.
Yeah, we had a whole tangent of making fun of each other because you started it. Actually, you started it.
I did
This
start,
is-
and I
this is-
finished it.
This is personal. Jeez.
Well, he called me JFK on the radio.
Guys, get it.
After you, no, this was
Guys-
no.
guys,
This,
get
You
it.
called me JFK, damn
guys,
it!
Guys,
this was
get,
after
guys,
you called me queso.
Because you are queso. Look at you.
guys, get a room.
Yeah, there'll be a room with you next, and you're not, and you're not coming out. I can't
Yo.
finish that. I can't finish that joke. Oh my
I
god,
mean, you can 'cause he's 18.
Yeah, I'm 18 now.
you're not gonna be walking straight when we're done. I'm just
You
saying.
know what's funny that I've just now realized recently, too?
What?
Austin has spelled my name wrong in the bio of, like, every single episode of
You
all
know what's
time.
so funny
What?
about that? I did. I just realized it yesterday because my mom called me out on it.
I just realized it 2 days ago.
I realized it too. I actually have to go back and change it. I'm so sorry.
He's been doing KH. It's KU.
It's KU. I have
How?
that. I literally just fixed it recently. Like the most recent one you were on, I did do it correctly. I did do it correctly.
Oh my goodness.
Because I don't read the bio because I know what the episode's about because I always hear about it before it even comes out because I'm either on it or talking to him about it.
I apologize to the Coons family. That was totally my mistake. I don't. Go ahead. Just finish what you were saying. So wait, you have Austin Carn show started.
Starting. I'm gonna bench inside the ring. I mean, I've been on it a bunch. It's the one you've been on the longest. I really like it. I know you don't put as much effort in. It's honestly you can just tell like the amount of energy that goes into this compared to this or that. But I mean it makes sense though because that's like a side project. That's a personal like hobby
It is.
compared to something that we're actually moving forward on. So I still think it's fun though, and if you like wrestling like I do, it's a blast to listen to and be on. So I'm gonna trade away Steel City and Pioneers. You can get out of here. I'm cutting you.
Okay. So here's the way I'm taking this. First and foremost, I want to say 2 Jagoffs is my baby.
Also, I'm sorry. I'm trading Steel City because Nick actually adds value. The other guy doesn't, but Nick Brown's very good.
You're so mean.
So uncalled for. I love it.
No, here's the thing. I just want to start by saying this right now. 2 Jagoffs is my baby. 2 Jagoffs is my bread and butter. 2 Jagoffs trumps all 4 of these. I absolutely love this podcast. Lucas, we built an empire here. Kevin, you've done so much as well. I truly love this podcast with all my heart. With that being said, I'm starting Pioneer Sideline. And I cannot believe I'm saying that, but the reason why is, yes, the other 3 are in my control, but Pioneer Sideline, out of all the podcasts and shows that I'm on, it's the only outlet where I can actually practice being on camera. It is the only one out of and this is including 2 Jagoffs, I can actually physically be on camera, I could physically be in a studio, and it's the least stressful. I know that sounds crazy, but the other ones, I'm preparing content weekly for. I'm worrying about bringing on guests. I'm booking stuff. I'm editing stuff. Sideline, all I gotta do is dress up nice, show up, talk, and leave. They do the rest. They have their own editors. They have their own graphics guy. They have an entire camera crew that's there with it. So Sideline is the least stressful, and I get to talk real-world sports, and I got to put it out there on the internet. Recently on Sideline, I sat down with my man Matt Palangi, who's actually going to be coming on the podcast here very soon, hopefully. And me and him were talking Point Park basketball, and we were talking about both of their seasons. It's actually out on Facebook and LinkedIn. I can tag that at this episode as well. But Sideline is just a cool outlet for me. It's something cool that I get to go on. With that being said, I'm also going to bench the Austin Carn show because it's not every day you get to be on the radio, man. I mean, it's such a cool experience. That's why I shared it with you guys because who can really say they've actually been on the radio? I used to listen to sports radio all the time with my dad in the car. Mark Madden, 93.7 The Fan, Pony, Muller. And being able to have my own show named after me on the radio, it's just such a cool experience. And now we have our own commercial, too, for it. You just heard it recently, Kevin.
Right.
I don't know if you heard it or not, Lucas, but we have our own commercial now for it that plays even when I'm not there. So I thought that was really cool. And, again, the radio show is the only place I can actually talk politics. I really can't talk politics on my other shows, and I'm a big political guy. I'm a big history nerd, as Lucas likes to call me professor all the time. And it's true. I really do like learning about that kind of stuff and talking about it. And that's a great outlet and a great way kind of for me to relieve my stress a little bit. And we only have an hour every week. It's every Thursday, 6 to 7, little primetime slot. But I still truly enjoy doing that. I'm trading away Steel City Commuters, and this is no disrespect to you, Nick, but it's the podcast I've done the least. Don't get me wrong. I still feel like it's very valuable, so that is why I am going to trade it and not cut it. But we have our own logo for it. We do it on Facebook. We do it on Spotify. And there's actually some really good episodes. I recommend you guys listen to it. Nick's a really good guy. I want to try and get him on 2 Jagoffs one day. But Steel City Commuters has been kind of a side project recently, and we've actually skipped a couple weeks, haven't really taken it seriously. And Inside the Ring, as much as I love it and as long as I've been doing it for, I have to cut it for the simple fact that the effort that I put into that is incomparable to the effort that I put in the other programs and the other shows. The logo for it is literally my senior photo of me in an IWC ring with font over it. Exactly, how original.
I'm just kidding.
Now, don't get me wrong. Inside the Ring is great because it's my excuse to talk wrestling for half an hour, 15 minutes, however long I get to do it. I get to cover all the shows. Lucas, you're actually going to be appearing on the WrestleMania special on Inside the Ring here in the next couple weeks. But I got to tell you guys, man, Inside the Ring has been a great podcast. It's been a true blessing to have. But Sideline and the Austin Carnes Show is much more valuable for my career, which is why I'm starting and benching it, and it's least stressful. Steel City Commuters, I have someone else with me. That's why I feel like it's a little more valuable. Inside the Ring, at times, I feel like it's sometimes hard to find content. It's always hard to talk wrestling when there's really nothing going on in the wrestling world. So I'm starting Sideline, benching Austin Carnes Show, trading Steel City, and cutting Inside the Ring. But 2 Jagoffs beats it all. I'm sorry, guys. 2 Jagoffs has to beat it all. I love this podcast.
I think Kevin should give a second one. I think.
Why? You want to save yours for last?
Yeah, I do.
All right, Kevin.
I see how it is. I got to pull it up again so you guys can talk.
Well, I will say this. You were the very special guest. Stop.
I hope you fall through the floor. Honest to God. All right.
So, Kevin, you were the very special guest today. So, I mean, it's only fitting that you bring up yours again. I'm very happy that you're on the podcast. Thank you so much for taking the time to do this.
Yeah, well, again, as I said, I would be at home, probably watching YouTube, being miserable. As I always am, because that's just me.
Have we had an episode with him and Jack on? Or?
No, not yet.
Oh, gosh. We have to now.
This is going to be bad.
Jack's going to be right here, and that's going to be one interesting episode.
It is.
Yes. Well, what's up? You guys ready for mine?
Yeah, hit us
So
with it.
we have starting room wall weapons. This is Call of Duty Zombies.
Oh, Lucas, you're screwed.
Now, I tried to go across all the games the best I can off of memory, and this is the best that I got. We have the M1A1 carbine from World
Do
at
you
War.
remember it, Lucas?
Slightly.
Okay.
The Olympia. I guess Black Ops 1, Black Ops 2, they're kind of the same.
The shotgun. You know the shotgun.
Double barrel over under shotgun. It's like for skeet shooting. We have the RK5 from Black Ops 3. And we also have the Kar 98K, also from World at War.
No M14? What's wrong with you?
I didn't want it to be so similar. You know, I was trying really... Well, here's the thing. I was trying to keep them all different. Because if you think about the M1A1 carbine and the M14 are pretty similar.
That's
I was trying to keep them all different.
All right, well, I'll start us off. RK5 is easily going to get started because of,
Exactly.
A, the Black Ops 3 system, B, double pack-a-punch.
Oh, so
And
you're agreeing that the system that something is on is a factor in it.
For the weapon, not for the map.
Yes, it does.
For the
yes,
weapon.
It does.
Stop, we're not doing this.
Yeah, we're not doing
this.
this. He knows I'm right, but he refuses to
We are
agree.
not doing this. Lucas,
Continue.
please get my back on this. Blood of the Dead is A tier.
Apweed to 5th.
That's a good choice. All right, continue.
No, RK5 is getting started because it's the best weapon. It can take you to the highest round. I have a bit of a hot take here. I'm actually going to bench the Olympia. I would rather have the Olympia than the M1A1 carbine. And no. Hear me out. The feature that...
Pack-a-punch.
Huh?
The pack-a-punch.
The Pack-a-Punch, man.
I
The
agree.
Hades. Come on. It is such a cool weapon.
Dragon's breath. Oh, baby.
I know. So I gotta go Olympia here simply because of the Pack-a-Punch feature, especially with the little flames that it gives off whenever you. Oh, it's so cool. So I'm gonna say RK5 starting, benching the Olympia. I'm gonna trade away the M1A1 carbine, and again, there's no disrespect to it. It's still a great weapon. It's slightly better than the Olympia in terms of stats, but I feel like it's a little more valuable too. So that's why I feel like it's better to trade than the bench. I'm gonna bench the Olympia. Trade the M1A1 carbine. Get the Kar 98 out of here. It's legendary, but it's getting cut, man. I'm sorry. That thing's awful.
Facts. So, Lucas.
Well, I am starting the RK5 as well, but I'm benching the M1A1 carbine.
Can't be
Personally, even now in like current zombies, I don't think I would ever buy a shotgun. I just don't like it in zombies. I just need something I can just spray with and just have it be reliable. And then I am cutting the Kar 98K because I don't think I've ever used that in my life.
Probably a good thing.
Yeah, right.
That's
So-
actually a respectful list. That's respectful.
So I'm going to start the RK5. I don't need to repeat anybody here. I think it's the best. I think it's the best wall weapon we've ever had for in a starting room.
Well, Kevin, I do apologize.
What?
And I'm going to cut you off. Hopefully this picks up. Look who's calling right now. Do I answer?
No.
Who-
Screw him. He
who-
can wait.
He can wait.
Who?
Ollie.
Look at this.
He never
This
opens
caller.
doors. He can wait.
He can wait. Screw you. You're not getting a free shout out. Go ahead, Kevin. How dare he interrupt you?
But no, I think the RK5 is easily the best starting room wall weapon in zombies, and I will stand on that hill. I'm going to also bench the M1A1 carbine just because I think I'll say the same thing about like shot. Well, actually no. I'll say when you're starting, you need points.
Yes.
Shotguns don't help you with points in zombies.
No, they do not.
And also ammo capacity. I think you have like triple the ammo capacity as well. So, and then I will trade the Olympia because that it definitely has more value than the Car 98. And then obviously you just cut the Car 98.
Okay.
Did we have the same list?
Bad.
Yeah, you guys
Yeah.
had the exact same list. I only disagreed. I know mine was a bit of a hot take. Don't get me wrong. I know the M1A1 carbine's better, but the Olympia Pack-a-Punch,
The
man,
Pack-a-Punch is good.
it's so cool.
But Grant, how often do you take it that far with you to Pack-a-Punch?
How often do you say the same about the carbine?
I don't. I've never Pack-a-Punched it.
Exactly. That's the point that I'm making. So, okay, that's a respectful list. I like it. Lucas, you're all giddy over there, man. End us off strong. What is your final one?
Who in God's green earth decided that I should be allowed to go last?
You
You
did.
did.
Just asked.
You made it happen.
No, I just asked. You are the one that let me go last.
That is true.
And you kind of screwed up because now we're doing colors last.
Oh, Kevin, welcome to the Kellers, man. You've listened to it many times. This is your first time experiencing it.
Great.
First up, Grape Ape.
Grape Ape?
What? That is a hilarious name.
Grape Ape? Are you kidding me? That's...
Yep.
Okay, whatever.
Next up for you guys, we have Piggy Pink.
Piggy
God.
Pink? That's not even pink.
Is it? What?
Okay, it is.
What other color would it be?
The lighting.
That
I couldn't
looks
see.
You think this is neon
It
green?
looks like skin tone, like my skin tone.
You think this is neon green?
I never said it was neon green. It's Piggy Pink.
What? Yeah, what? You never said that. You're crazy.
Next up, Mac and Cheese Yellow.
Oh my lord.
Hey, that's a classic. I don't care.
Just remember, we usually rank these on how you would like wear them.
I know.
So
I'm gonna rank it.
I
how
don't know
want.
how you guys are gonna rank these on wearing, but next up we have Lobster Bisque.
Lobster bisque.
What? Okay.
Well, ladies and gentlemen, for the first time in 2 Jagoffs history, Lucas actually gave me a Keller that I knew before this recording. Mac and cheese is actually a Keller that I knew because they used to have them in the little 164 packs with the little pencil sharpener on the back. So,
look at this nerd.
with that being said, I am gladly gonna start mac and cheese.
You would wear that.
I've never said I would wear it. It's the only one I know, damn it.
You would put that on your wall. You would make your room that color.
No, but it's the coolest out of all of them. So I'm gonna start mac and
It's
cheese.
the coolest, but you would never wear it or use this color.
I would wear it. I would wear mac.
You
and
just said you wouldn't wear it.
I would. Okay, I would wear it. There, are you happy? I'd wear it.
Mr. Jack, you can get a load of this guy.
Oh my God, Kevin, you see what I gotta deal with on a
Can
consistent
we put a
basis?
picture of Matt Hardy on the screen?
No, we have mac and cheese on the
No,
screen.
we can actually put him on the screen right now.
Okay,
And then go back to mac and cheese in about 3, 2, give or take, 1, maybe half a second, go.
This is my 13th reason. This is insane.
fine. Mac and cheese is getting started.
Can you see in the close?
I'm gonna bench Grape Ape because I actually kind of like the name. It kind of sounds pretty cool. Grape Ape, it rhymes. I'm gonna trade away Piggy Pink. Kind of sounds a little weird. I'm not gonna lie. And it's really not that pink, so that one's gonna get traded. And Lobster Bisque, I'm not gonna lie to you. That's a pretty ugly color, so that's gonna get cut right off the bat. I don't see myself ever wearing it. I don't see that ever being a wall in my house. I don't see that ever being a background in my phone. So I'm gonna start mac and cheese because I finally know a color. I'm gonna bench Grape Ape. I'm trading away Piggy Pink, and I am cutting Lobster
He looks
Bisque.
so disappointed.
Look at this lineup you gave us. What do you mean? You want me to be excited about this?
Yes.
Great. All right. So I'm going to start Grape Ape because that is a fantastic name, by the way. I'm going to.
Yeah, welcome to the
What the
club,
hell are we
Kev.
doing? Okay, I'm going to bench mac and cheese because I just want to dive in that picture, just gobble it up. I love me
Of
some
course,
mac and
Case over
cheese.
here wants to dive into the picture
You
and
know
gobble
what?
it all up.
I hope you get hemorrhoids when you get older.
Oh, damn.
All right, and I'm going to
Hemorrhoids is crazy.
I'm going to trade Piggy
What did
Pink.
I do?
You gave us this god awful list, and I have to sit here and rank it. Okay, I'm going to trade Piggy Pink. Granted, that's a funny name, so I think that gives it value, but the color is so dull and boring. And cut lobster. The name's stupid, and it's dull too. What? It's like a washed out like.
It's a washed out Piggy Pink.
Yeah, actually, yeah, it's a word. What the hell am I doing?
All right, Lucas.
Welcome to Lucas Elegant Colors. We started this last time, Austin, and you loved this. Welcome back. So first of all,
I think I found my 13 threes and 2 counts.
This is like my 30th, dude.
we're
We're
gonna be starting a grape ape. You know, it's got a very interesting name, a very funny name. Some would say, you know, it's very grapey looking. A lot, huh?
What?
Just finish, Lucas, please.
I'm trying, Mr. Interruption over here.
Just ignore it, Kev.
You know, you gotta bench that piggy pink. You know, just it's a nice shaded color. You know, I would personally wear that. You know, that would be a pretty fire color. You know, I'm sure Austin has a hat with that color somewhere in his room of 3,300 hats, something like that. You know, the name is just it really represents what it means. You know, to be a piggy pink color. You know, we vibe with that. We vibe with that.
You know what the sad part about that is?
What?
I probably do.
Yeah, you probably do. We're gonna trade away mac and cheese yellow. You know,
That's a hot take. I'm not gonna lie, that's a hot take. Now you're speaking blasphemy. Whoa,
Can you be
time out.
quiet for 5
Time out
seconds?
for a second.
Shut up!
Time out. Last time I checked, I didn't see Piggy Pink in the 164 pack cram box. I didn't see Lobster Bisque or Grape Ape.
Yeah, we also didn't see the black is black, but it's still a nice color. All right. So, you know, mac and cheese yellow is just a very nice yellow. You know, it's almost like a creamy yellow, you could say, even. You know, personally, I'm not wearing that. Putting it on a wall, you know. It kind of looks like a sticky note that's sitting here maybe a little bit.
I just got extra nice.
No, duh, that's why I said it. You know, okay, just take that. Okay, okay, and you just ate a sticky note.
We'll swallow it.
Yeah, you won't swallow it, no balls.
It looks so good.
You won't swallow it.
Hold on.
No, don't swallow the damn sticky
Swallow
note.
it.
Record this. What is wrong with you?
Huh?
Are you really about to swallow a sticky note?
I need to get like wet and mushy first.
Can you just like show us the sticky note? Yeah. Yeah, we like that. Yep. Keep going.
This is really what's happening.
My mouth is so dry. I'm trying to like.
Keep going.
Please don't. Why?
You can like waterfall something on water if you need to.
Ladies and gentlemen, Lucas is currently recording Kevin eating a sticky note. What is wrong? No, stop. Bro. We have to light.
I think we just got the promo for this episode.
Welcome to Two Jagoffs, y'all, where Kevin eats sticky notes. Are you kidding me? Why? Why? What is wrong with you?
It was funny.
It was a sticky note.
It reminded me of the mac and cheese. I just had a way to dive into that picture and eat it. So I did. I literally ate it. I literally ate it, and you watched me do it.
I'm so sorry, y'all. I'm sorry you had to see that. Thanks, Kevin. Thank you very much for that. This is going to be a part of the promo. We're not going to make this the full promo, but this will be a part of it. Lucas can edit it in. Because
Good. Well, hey, remember, we still have to do that what was it, the Oreo Coke thing after, too?
Yeah, I know. That's been a long time coming
This
up.
is gonna be like a 7-minute promo. You guys know that, right?
I don't care.
It got to be less than a minute and a half, bro, so your Instagram Reels is going to take it. All right, anyway, Lucas, what is your final take on this?
And then we got this lobster bisque. You know, personally, I'm just gonna like cut it. You know, because it's not my favorite color. Bro, just ruined my ASMR. What the heck, man?
Well, we could barely hear Kevin in that last one.
Oh, we don't need Kevin. We need the promo for that. They can see what he said in the promo.
Okay.
The minute and 10-second promo.
Well, we're going to cut that down. We're going to
No,
splice it.
no.
Yeah, we have to.
No.
All right, go ahead.
It'll be its own separate promo. We'll post a promo and then we'll post that.
Okay.
How about that?
Fair enough, I guess.
Fair enough.
Up to you guys.
Yep. It's up to me actually. I'm the social media coordinator and manager.
Go ahead.
But we're gonna cut lobsters. But you know what? Never back down. Never give up. It could make it higher.
Never back down, never what?
So what I'm assessing from this is that lobster bisque is just a waste of time.
Yeah.
Okay.
Just
Wow.
like you.
An hour and a half of craziness. Lucas, thank you again so much for graciously blessing us with your colors like you do every damn game show. Thank you. And Kevin, thank you so much for taking the time out of your day. Kevin, you've had a very busy schedule with us, my man. Thank you so much for pulling through and clutching up. You were on the Austin Carnes show recently. You had your interview as well. Now you did get another special. I'm going to give you the honor to have any final words for today's episode. Do you have any final words for the Jagoff Mafia?
Well, you guys better want me back more because I ate a sticky note for you guys. That was out of the blue. It wasn't planned. I swear on everything. I don't know why I did that. Actually, if I'm constipated later, this is why.
Sheets and sticky notes isn't going to go well together.
Oh God.
No. Obviously, as Lucas said, never back down. Never what? Chase your dreams. Put the work in, please. Do not care what people tell you because, as I said on his radio show, because I'm gonna say this. I'm about to get naked. I swear on everything. Okay, so
Party.
So as I as I was saying on his radio show, listen, people are gonna hate. People are gonna want to see you fail just because they think it's funny.
I want to see him fail.
You're part of this too. So listen, just give it your all. Whatever you do, I don't care if you're striving to be, I don't know, the next doctor, the guy who
The
cures
next
cancer,
John F. Kennedy.
the next John F. Kennedy, or if you're
Even a stale watermelon.
still watermelon, or if you're just trying to get a job at McDonald's. Be the best, whatever you can.
Can you put that picture
Whatever
of Matt Hardy standing for McDonald's back up on the screen real quick?
That's-
McDonald's mentioned.
Actually, that would be a good spot for that. Anyway, just whatever you do your best, try your best. It will show. Someone will take notice, and you just might get somewhere from it.
That's great advice, Kevin. Sorry that Lucas had to be a bit of a jackass during it, but
That's just what he does. Look at him. He's full of it,
You
literally.
ate a sticky note.
you did
I
eat a
don't
sticky
care.
note. He's done worse. Anyway, Lucas,
Oh yeah.
any final words that you want to say for the Jagoff Mafia? Big week coming up for us.
Big week coming up.
No final words, that's it?
I don't have anything.
Okay. Well, ladies and gentlemen, thank you all so much for tuning in. This Sunday, we are going to have another very special game show episode. Me and Lucas is playing this or that. We're going to try and mix it up a little bit. We had interviews the last 2 weeks in a row, both Kevin and Jason Earl. So this week, we're going to do a game show. Then next week, we will be right back into it with some more very special guests. Again, don't forget to leave some comments down below. We are bringing back Ask Austin Anything next week. We need them. You can send them in on our social media platforms. You can comment using the Spotify comment feature, or you can personally DM me or Lucas. Both of our accounts are pretty linked with the social media platforms at this point. So it's not hard to find us. Send in any questions, anything, as long as it's not political or inappropriate. I will answer it. I've answered much worse, so you guys can send whatever you want in. Thank you again so much to Jason Earl for taking the time out of his day to join us on 2 Jagoffs this past Sunday. That episode is streaming now on all platforms. Lucas, Kevin, thank you again so much for coming on, and thank you all so much for tuning in. Until next time, here on 2 Jagoffs, we will see you in the next one.
Twinkie.
See ya.
Peace.